few of my fellow star children here in Woodstock 40 years later, and you know, the act of gathering under an open sky to listen to music is as old as music itself. But what happened on this field 40 years ago gave it a scale that few had ever imagined. The idea that hundreds of thousands of people could get together for days on end in sort of a mini village to hear dozens of bands was a revelation. And 40 years later, thanks to the evolution of the music festival, it's never been a better time to be a live music fan.
Summer vacation, let's see.
What I saw on my summer vacation. Let's see. I saw the Statue of Liberty. That was cool. And then I turned around and saw Jay-Z one night. Coldplay another.
I smell barbecue and hippies getting close to Bonnaroo.
Went camping with 80,000 people in a Tennessee hayfield, and much to my delight, many of them were fans of both Merle Haggard and the Beastie Boys. Oh, and by playing the TV news card, got to spend some quality time with DiFranco and Buddy Guy, Ben Harper and Widespread Panic, all on a suburban Denver soccer field.
Hey, let's stop here and get a listen to this guy for a second.
Over just 3 weekends, All Points West, Bonnaroo, and the Mile High Music Festival featured more than 250 bands. Little wonder that these massive gatherings have become economic life rafts for a music industry in turmoil. And for a change, it seems like it's a win-win for artist and fan.
If you can bring a large number of bands into a good environment where somebody can have their summer concert experience and not spend the baby's milk money.
At Woodstock, promoters lost millions on the show, but made it up with the album and documentary. These days, it's just the opposite. Internet piracy has sunk the value of recorded music, but as the Black Keys can attest, the value of a live performance has never been higher.
Paychecks are very large too. We didn't say that. Festivals pay really well.
Okay, so there's the pay, but surely there's some other motivation to come together as artists.
And whenever I come on a stage or something this big, my thing is somebody gonna hit a lick that I want to steal away from them or learn something from them, because that's where I learn how to play.
Okay, so there's the pay and the stealing of the guitar tricks, but surely there's a more noble purpose.
Those boxes that you find in record stores, you know, it's like black, white, old, young, girl, boy, you know, this kind of dividing up of, and the festivals really kind of blow that apart.
Thank you, DiFranco. See, the seeds of Woodstock are still sprouting through the cross-pollination of so many diverse acts in one place.
People might just be wandering by and might check you out for a minute, and who knows where they come from politically, and so it makes you sort of speak differently, you know, you try to build bridges.
Adjusted for inflation, a ticket to see the 32 bands at Woodstock costs $25 a day. This summer at Coachella, for example, a fan gets 160 bands for around $90 a day. But they also get something the young boomers had none of: organization. The age of litigation has brought, for better or worse, rules.
Well, some are, like you're saying, 700 acres in the middle of nowhere, and that gets a different vibe to it. You know, a little more freedom, a little longer sets, and no restrictions on the curfews. And then the ones that are closer in town, and if they're in parks, definitely come with a hand set of rules.
And the whole eating rice in the mud thing is so 1969. Although it did get a little swampy at All Points West this year, today's festivals feature manicured grounds and ATM machines, boutiques, and microbrews. And there are still plenty of outlets for the socially conscious.
The heart of our project is to take food to Native American reservations.
But despite the million-dollar video screens, the festival is successful for a very primal reason: love of music. You see it in the way the guys from Widespread Panic rehearse backstage. You see it in the eyes of the fans as they walk on stage. And you hear it in a 3.5-hour set that seems to transcend differences in age or origin.
Oh man, I tell you, I am a spreadhead after hanging out with JB and Widespread Panic there. Thanks to him, thanks to the Black Keys, another great band as well.